It was a storm that swallowed a city. An estimated mile-wide tornado made a direct hit this evening on Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Population 180,000. Mass casualties are reported. The number's still in flux. But storm fatalities also reported tonight in Mississippi, Georgia, and Tennessee. These twisters, part of a storm system that began to sweep the South on Monday. Steve Osunsami has been covering it and joins us now from Lincoln, Alabama with the latest. Steve.
Bill, it was a frightening night. First, there was the sound of the sirens from city to city that you could hear blaring through the night. Then there was the sight of the funnel clouds racing across the sky, bringing high winds and tornadoes, hopscotching all across the state, tearing down trees, bringing them over power lines, hundreds of thousands of people without power, causing a number of fatalities. We won't even really know the number until the sun comes up.
This thing is massive.
The pictures of the skies over Alabama this evening were frightening. Unbelievably large tornadoes swirling over large sections of Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. Some of them appear to be more than a mile wide.
It looks like we got hit by a 5,000-pound bomb here. It is a total mess. You have cars on top of cars, buildings crushed.
In Tuscaloosa tonight, reports that more than a dozen people were killed and 100 injured. And these were pictures of a rescue at a housing complex where the brick apartments were smashed into bits. The young girl they pulled from the debris survived. The night is still young. In the dark tonight, forecasters say there are still more funnel clouds lurking over parts of Alabama and now Georgia. The sirens that started blaring early this evening will continue through the night. The governor has called in the National Guard and asked the president to declare a state of emergency.
We're going to reach out to everyone that's hurting, and it's going to take days. It's not, or weeks. It's not going to be a quick response.
These storms have hit with a 1-2 punch. The first round came this morning, just after 6 a.m. A tornado was bearing down on families in Moody, Alabama.
I felt the bed shaking, and that's when I jumped up.
Like nothing left.
At Wendy Pesnell's home, it's all gone.
Just kind of like, it makes you stop and you think, wow, we're here 1 minute and we could be gone the next.
George Bearden says it happened so fast they didn't have time to run for cover. Is this your wall on the floor here?
Yeah, that was the front of the house. That was the front of the house.
One woman down the road was killed. His family was lucky they got out alive.
Pieces of our house scattered all over 2 or 3 counties, I think. But like I said, we're alive. We survived it.
Later this evening, the tornadoes turned their deadly path to Dade County, Georgia, where more people were killed. In Poplar Grove, Missouri, it was insult to injury. First, the levee broke and the town flooded. Today, the hail fell hard.
It's been about every day, every 6 hours or so, we'll have tornadoes, severe damage around the area.
The map is ugly. Tornadoes across several states, more than 45 of them since this morning, one after another, 20 alone in Alabama. And there's so much rain. Across the Midwest, there's now major flooding along the Mississippi and Ohio rivers. This SUV in Clarksville, Indiana, was surrounded by rising waters. A parking lot in Metropolis, Illinois, was transformed into a lake. And in Branson, Missouri, families were scrambling today to beat the flood.
My dad's born and raised here. We've never seen it this bad.
In Cairo, Illinois, they've got a tough decision coming. They just might break the levee upstream to save the town. But if they do that, they'll sacrifice hundreds of acres of farms. They're headed to court to fight it out. The president has already declared a disaster emergency here for the state of Alabama. Normally, that takes days, sometimes weeks, but not this time. Bill.
Okay, Steve Osunsami from that storm-ravaged Alabama. Stay safe and thanks.